guys, it's Twisty. I figured it was time for another update, a super long update, so get ready. Here we go. Um, First of all, I just want to say I'm feeling a lot better than I was yesterday. When I made the announcement that I was going to be recording a video, an update video today, I was feeling really down and I had a different plan for what that video was going to be like. It was going to be more about like my depression and how I've been feeling. Just overall, it's been more of a roller coaster than ever. A lot of personal things, and this week has just been a terrible week, to be honest. It's only Thursday morning right now for me. It's only 10:37 a.m. On Thursday, but this week has just been not very good. Um, so, long story short, we have a 2007 Kia and a 2007 Dodge Dakota. The Kia is a car, Dodge Dakota is a truck. Car had a clutch problem Sunday, brought it to the dealership where we bought it, and clutches are expensive. We were told it could cost up to like $1,200, and we're like, awesome. Maybe we should actually trade this vehicle in. We've been thinking about trading in the Kia for a long time. It's had a lot of electrical problems and now the clutch. It's just been a pain in the ass. So we look at a couple new vehicles. We're not really sure what we're going to do. But basically, we're stuck with one vehicle. We're stuck with the Dodge Dakota, the big truck. Which isn't bad, but it sucks to have one vehicle when both of us are working because I had to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. So Mr. Twisty had to get up early Monday morning to take me to work. And basically, at the end of the day, they ended up giving us the car that we were looking at. It's a 2015 Ford Fiesta. I love it. It's great. We didn't have all the paperwork that we needed, but they were like, you know what? We understand your situation. We know it's tough. So we're going to go ahead and let you have this. Or Mr. Twisty was the one handling this when I was at work. So he drove the truck to the dealership, traded in the vehicle. The Kia decided, you know what, fuck it, we're going to get rid of it. And drove the new car back to pick me up. And I get out of work at 9. I test drive the new car a little bit just to kind of get a feel for the controls. We go back to the dealership to pick up the truck. Truck is dead. We have to jump start the truck with my new car, and we're driving home, and truck dies at an intersection. And so I put my four-way flashers on. I'm waving people around us like, go ahead. Yes, the light is green. Yes, we're sitting here in an intersection. Go ahead. And we call 911. Sheriff comes out. He parks behind me so no one like rear ends me in my new Ford Fiesta. And he's super nice. He helps us like push the truck over to the side of the road, and after a long time, someone finally comes out. We finally get the truck jump started, and we get home, and we're like, well, shit. Now we're possibly still stuck with one vehicle. We don't know what's wrong with the truck. We don't know if something just happened to die. If the battery happened to die a second time, we just didn't drive it long enough. But like, why did it die in the middle of an intersection? So now we need to figure out what we're doing. Of course, both of our vehicles would die or have something seriously wrong with them where we cannot drive the vehicles in the same week within a day of each other. Like, why do you do this to me, universe? Why? I'm sitting like super casually, by the way. Like, I don't give a fuck right now. Oh, fuck. There goes my controller. Sorry. Anyways, I'll get that later. So we're still stuck with one vehicle, and trying to sum up the story, basically truck had a nearly dead battery. Like it was at like 15%, like it had no charge to it whatsoever, probably the original battery. So get a new battery. They were super nice about it. We are handing in the rest of the paperwork, or we handed in the rest of the paperwork for the car. And so that's all taken care of. So now we have a new car, which is really exciting. I'm going to try to post like pictures of it on Twitter and stuff. I know I post like stuff on Snapchat, but not everybody sees Snapchat because not everybody has Snapchat. I mean, hell, it took me a long time to get Snapchat. And it's really good that we got this car stuff figured out now, because Mr. Twisty and I are actually going on a trip. We are leaving tonight. We are going to a couple aquariums. We're going to the National Aquarium in Baltimore, Maryland, and we are going to the Adventure Aquarium in Camden, New Jersey. So I love aquariums. We haven't been to one in like a really long time. There's none like around here in our area. So we decided to take like a weekend road trip to go see some aquariums. And sharks are my favorite animal in the entire world, and they have like shark exhibits, and I'm like so excited. I'm so excited. I love sharks, and I'm gonna be able to see some and touch some sea animals. And I think the Adventure Aquarium has like a petting like animal area. I'm not completely sure. Mr. Twisty's the one that like planned all of this, because I was like, I can't deal right now. I got work stuff that I'm dealing with and personal stuff that I'm dealing with right now that I am working on right now. But this is definitely needed. So we're leaving tonight. We're hoping to get to our first hotel, which is actually going to be in Pennsylvania. We're not driving all the way to Maryland tonight. We're just going to kind of stop at a hotel like part of the way through. So we're staying at a hotel in Pennsylvania and then driving the rest of the way to Maryland tomorrow morning. And we're not really sure when we'll get back. It depends on how we're feeling, I guess. It could be Saturday night, Sunday morning. Not really sure at this point. But we might stop in Philly. We might walk around the pier in Baltimore and, you know, see some other stuff aside from the aquariums. But if you guys want to follow me on Snapchat, I think my username is twisty_Chris. So if you want to be friends with me there, so you can kind of stay up to date on what I'm doing. I might record a vlog while I'm there. I'm not completely sure yet. I might bring my my DSLR camera to like take pictures and maybe do a bit of a vlog, like a more professional vlog than like Snapchat, where it's like, here, you got 15 seconds to do something fun. So yeah, go ahead and add me on Snapchat if you want to. I don't know if I'll be posting a whole lot of stuff on Twitter or Discord, but I mean, you're more than welcome to hang out there. I don't know if I'll have like service or Wi-Fi or anything like that, so I'm going to try to stay in touch as much as I can. But if I don't answer like messages or whatever, like that's why I'm in different states right now. Not right now, but in a couple days. So yeah, and depression has been really, really tough right now. I know I'm kind of like jumping from topic to topic, but I feel like I need to cover a lot of stuff right now because I haven't done an update like this in a while. So yeah, depression has been really, really tough lately. It's been a lot of ups and downs, but it's been a lot of downs. And I know I say that like with every video, but the past couple days have been really not good concerning my depression. And I'm not going to go into it because it is actually something that I don't want to talk about, like the actual thing that's going on. But I want you guys to know that I am working on it. Like, I'm trying. I really am. I know it may seem like I'm not. It may seem like I'm just kind of taking the easy way out. And maybe some days I do want to do that. Maybe some days I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm done. I quit. But I'm really trying. I really am. And I'm sorry if I've disappointed you. I'm sorry if I haven't recovered fast enough. Because I am sorry about that too. I am sorry that I haven't gotten better. I know that this takes time, but part of me is just like, Why can't you just be good already? Why can't you just be okay? Everyone expects you to be okay. So why aren't you okay? And feeling like that sucks. And it's not because of you guys. It's not because like you have these expectations. I'm sure none of you are like pissed at me for not streaming or pissed at me for not being around as much. I respect that a lot of you guys are giving me space and giving me time to think about stuff. I've only had a couple people who have asked me like, "Hey, when are you going to be streaming again?" Or, "Hey, why aren't you streaming?" But it hasn't been like I haven't been bombarded with questions, and which is good in a sense. So I really am glad that you guys are being really patient with me. I need to learn to be more patient with myself because I have this expectation of needing to be better, and I can't be right now. I'm really trying, but I have been setting myself goals because, I was told, make goals for yourself to get better, things that you can do after you get better. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that. But I've been making the wrong goals. I have been making streaming goals. Like I have had dates or kind of expectations of myself to come back to streaming. Like when I first stopped, I was like, maybe I'll come back in August. And then in August, I was like, well, maybe I'll come back in September. But I need to stop doing that. I need to stop setting these expectations of myself. And then when I don't reach them because I'm not okay yet, I just end up disappointing myself. So from here on out, I don't know when I'll be back. I'm no longer going to be hyping myself up, trying to say, yes, I'm going to be back next month. I'm going to be back next month. Okay, maybe I'll be back next month. I'm not going to do that anymore. When I am ready to start streaming, I will start streaming. And I don't know when that's going to be. I don't know. Maybe it will be next month. Maybe it won't be till next year. I really have no idea at this point in my life. But streaming is something that I really do miss. Don't get me wrong. It's just I'm not ready to come back. It is a big commitment. And with my work schedule and personal stuff going on, I just don't think I can do it right now. Maybe that'll change. Maybe today is the start of it all. Maybe today is the day where things will be good and I'll get better faster. But I don't know that. I don't know what my future looks like right now. And that's really scary. I've been trying to set myself these goals for my future, but I don't know what my future looks like. A lot of things have changed, and I don't know what's in store for me right now. But that's okay. Or I'm trying to believe that that's okay. I really am. So I am working on it. I'm sorry if it's not good enough for some of you, but I'm working on it. And to those of you who have been with me, I really appreciate you. I know that I haven't been very social and I haven't been very happy and interactive, and I've been mean. But to those of you who have stuck with me and told me that you still care about me, I really do appreciate you. I really do. And I know I don't show it very often or very well, but thank you for what you've done for me. And I guess at this point, I've been starting to, or I actually read a book. I have to look up the name of the author because I don't remember his name. What is his name? I read a book recently called Hardcore Self-Help, Fuck Depression by Robert Duff. And it was really good. Like, it wasn't one of those self-help books that's like, you just need to meditate. You need to find yourself. And like all of that, like everything is gonna be okay. It was just like, fuck depression, man. Depression fucking sucks. You know, and some people don't get it. And, you know, this is what you should do. Like it just got to the point. Like, it was a really good book. It was a really quick read. So if you guys are interested in it, I'll post the link down in the description below. I read it on my Kindle. But I read it. I could have finished it in a day if I wanted to, but it took me a couple days to get through it with work. But it was a really good read. And there was a chapter in it titled something along the lines of A Letter to Someone Without Depression. And to kind of wrap up this video, I wanted to read that to you guys. I've edited it a little bit to make it more towards the general audience. This letter is supposed to be like sent to individual people, but I tried to rewrite it so it was addressed more to the Twisty family and to individuals in the Twisty family. So it's a little bit broad, but it's also narrow. So I tried to rewrite some of it. Most of it is exactly what is in the letter. I may have added some stuff, taken some stuff out, but I wanted to read this to you guys. It's not super long. I can probably read it in like 5 minutes, but I think it's a really good letter, and I think it'll help people understand if you don't understand already, which most of you do, but I just kind of wanted to like get this out in a better format, I guess. So again, camera is in a weird position. So it's on a tripod now. It's usually on like this monitor here, so I'm not going to be looking at the camera very often, but yeah, different angle. Woo. Excitement. Anyways, I'm rambling on and on and on as I usually do. So here we go. Dear Twisty family, I am reading you this letter because you are an important person in my life. You are important people in my life, and I want you to understand more about what I'm going through. I know that it can be difficult, and I'm sorry for that. I know that I probably don't need to be sorry, but I am. In fact, I feel guilty for feeling sorry in the first place. Ridiculous, I know. That's how my brain works because I have depression. And yes, my mind is an exhausting place. I want to read you this letter to help you understand a little more about what I am going through, ask for some grace as I work this crap out, and to suggest a few ways that you can best support me if you're willing. The first thing that I want you to know is that I am trying, or rather, I am trying to try. You see, 1 and 1 don't always add up to 2 with depression. There are legitimate biological differences between me and someone that doesn't live with depression, which makes this a really difficult uphill battle. I am literally fighting against my own biology, which tries to tell me that none of this is worth it and that I shouldn't even try. When people say things like, just think positively, or it's all in your head, it doesn't help at all. I know that it is in my head, but unfortunately it's not as easy as flipping a switch and suddenly feeling better. I know that I probably have 1,000 reasons to be happy, and sometimes I feel like the worst person ever for being so down all the time, despite them. Fighting off depression is not a simple task. If it was, I would have done it already. Trust me when I say that I am so tired of feeling like crap all the time. I am actively trying to take steps to better myself and steal some of my life back from this depressive monster that has crept in like a black cloud raining over all of my thoughts and feelings. I'm currently in therapy, working on a lot of issues that I have. The process will involve challenging my negative thought patterns, pushing myself to re-engage with the things that I used to enjoy, working to forgive myself for letting things get so out of hand, and finding people that I trust to be on my team. That's why I am reading you this. I want you to be on my team. I know that I have not been the easiest person to be around recently. Maybe my actions or inactions have even hurt you in some way. I know that they have. The thing is, I need support to dig myself out of these patterns. I don't need a yes or no answer from you right now, but I want to share a few things that do and do not help me in case you're ever willing to lend a hand. At the moment, I'm dealing with some very personal issues that have affected me for a very long time. I tend to take things very personally, and I view a lot of criticism and tough love as personal attacks. So if you tell me to stop doing a certain thing or start doing a certain thing, I may automatically think that you see that thing as a major flaw that you want to change or get rid of, that you want to change or get rid of me. I think that you think I'm not good enough. I'm currently trying to accept criticism and tough love as support, but this requires changing my entire mode of thinking that I've had for years. If I snap at you when you try to give me tough love, it's me trying to defend myself, even if you don't mean it as a personal attack. So please, try to go easy on me. Warn me that what you're about to say might sound harsh, but you only want to help me. And I will do my best to accept what you say without assuming the worst. Though my instinct tells me otherwise, it's probably not the best idea for me to be alone all of the time right now. So please have a little grace and forgiveness with me if I get irritated or act in off-putting ways. I do want you to be here, and I really appreciate you continuing to try. I feel like a lot of people have given up on me, and I don't want you to be one of them. Probably the most helpful thing that you can do for me is to let me know that you're here. I forget sometimes, so please don't assume that I already know. Tell me that you are here if I need you. I won't always know the best ways that you can help me, and you don't have to know those either. I mostly just need to know that I'm not on this journey alone. Like I said, a big part of this process of recovery is finding ways to fight back against these unhelpful patterns of thinking that I have fallen into. Sometimes it can be really helpful to have someone that I can rely on as a logical friend. Basically, I can tell you what my train of thought is regarding a situation, and you can tell me whether you think it makes sense or not. You can share how you might interpret it. That helps me to practice reeling in the overgeneralizing, personalizing, and overall amplification of negative thoughts. My thoughts usually start out rooted in reality, but they get way blown out of proportion, and you could definitely help me by non-judgmentally letting me know how far off my thinking has gone. You don't have to be right to help me out with this. There really is no right or wrong answer, but I will be much better off if I have a few people that I can get input from when I'm doubting my initial interpretation of things. I tend to overthink everything, no matter how insignificant. Someone hasn't written me back all day, they must hate me. No one says hello in a group chat when I say hello, they don't want me around. Logically, I know that things come up. I know that things happen. Phones don't work, people become busy, people get distracted. But my brain jumps to the worst conclusions and dwells in those negative thoughts. So to have someone around who can help ground me would help immensely. Reassure me that I am not hated, that you and others actually want me around. I'm trying to do more. This might mean that I'm trying to get back to doing things that I used to enjoy because everything feels very bland right now. It is so incredibly hard to find the motivation inside myself to do these things. Please reach out to me and invite me to join activities. I won't always say yes. Even if it's something as simple as watching a stream or joining voice chat or going out somewhere, sometimes it feels like the weight of my symptoms are literally crushing me, and I will pass on almost any invitation. Please keep inviting me. You don't need to waste all of your time trying to convince me. Just don't give up on me. Keep offering, please. I promise that one day I will accept your invitation. Most days, my thoughts tend to spiral into a really dark place. I hate messaging people first because I feel like a burden. So when you haven't heard from me in a day or two, it's not that I don't want to talk to you. It's that I think you don't want to talk to me. So I know it's a lot to ask, but please message me if you're thinking of me. I'm thinking of you all the time, but I'm afraid of bothering you, so I don't reach out. But I'm trying to. And if I do reach out to you, that's a rarity. So please write back as soon as you can, even if it's just to say you're too busy to talk in the moment and we'll talk later. That would mean so much to me. Again, I know it's asking a lot of you right now, but hearing from a friend can mean the difference between a bad day and an okay day. I know that I shouldn't rely on others to make me happy. I'm supposed to somehow reach into myself and get happiness from myself. But when I'm alone with me, my thoughts turn hateful and I simply cannot find happiness in myself. So, as much as it pains me, I have to ask for help. And if you would be willing to help me, it'll be that much easier for me to get better. I need support. If you feel that this is too much of a burden, if it seems like too much of a task, if it seems like a lot of pressure, please do not force yourself to help and support me. I want willing, enthusiastic participants. I will do my best to not be upset if you do not accept my invitation to this fight. If I could, I would do this myself, by myself. I wouldn't wish this burden on anyone, but I do need help. I understand if you have to decline, and if you accept, it would mean so much to me. Finally, I would be so grateful if you would help other people understand what I'm going through. Hopefully, at this point, you get it a little bit more. Depression is something that we're told to keep a secret, and it's really hard for me to share my feelings sometimes. I'm reading you this letter because I trust you and I want you to be on my team. It is exhausting for me to personally reach out to each person and ask for help. So if you could help other friends understand when they ask what is wrong with me, I would really appreciate it. If you're still listening and watching, I appreciate you. You're amazing and you're a perfect addition to my depression fighting team. Like I said before, I really am trying. This is a tough battle and I don't know how long it will take, but having allies like you will certainly make the process that much easier. I am not asking for a blank slate. I know that I can sometimes say or do things that make me not so pleasant to be around. That's the nature of the beast. You are allowed to be upset, angry, hurt, or annoyed at those things. I just ask that you try to understand that these things are an expression of my depressive symptoms. They may be a part of me, but they're not the whole me. I hope this letter helps you to understand a little more about the other part of me that is dying for a chance to get out into this world. Please feel free to ask questions. I'm sure this is a lot to take in. It's not the easiest thing to explain. I may not always have the answers for you, but you're welcome to ask. So yeah, that's the letter. I know it was kind of long, but I really felt like I should read that to you guys to give you an idea of what I'm going through more so than these vlogs have been doing. I can post a link to the letter as well. The author, Robert Duff, has it on his website. So if for some reason you're going through something similar that I'm going through, that letter is actually a really good example of what to write to people and how to explain what it is you're going through without being like really down about it. It's just kind of straightforward. So I really wanted to read that to you guys because I felt like I kind of connected with it when I read it in the book. So now that I've been rambling on for almost half an hour, hey, I warned you that this was going to be a long vlog, so don't be complaining. So yeah, I'm really sorry that I haven't gotten better faster. I wish I was. I wish I could have just snapped my fingers and been done with it, but I'm on the road to getting better, and there's been a lot of twists and turns, and this road is not a road that I've traveled on before. Every time that I've experienced this depression, I've always just kind of been like, all right, we're gonna pretend that that doesn't exist and we're just gonna push it down and just move on. And actually addressing the fact that I have this and addressing the fact that I'm going through some shit right now is really difficult. And it's not something I've ever done before. So if you've been with me this whole time, if you've watched my vlogs and my other videos talking about this and understood, and if you've reached out to me and messaged me, I really do appreciate you. Like, don't ever think that I don't appreciate you. Like, I just remembered this necklace, this little purple ice cream cone. This is from Malden in Queen, Zany. They have the other two. It's like a best friends forever necklace. So like you don't have to like send me gifts. I'm not saying that, but like Malden sent this to me because he's like, yeah, you know, we saw it and we thought of you, and you know, we wanted to give this to you. And I was like, oh my God, Malden and Queen, you didn't have to do that. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying not to isolate myself. It's really difficult for me to not do that. Like, my first instinct is just to cut myself off and not be around people anymore. But I'm really trying to change that mode of thought. And it's really difficult, but I'm working on it. So if you've been with me this whole time, if you've stuck with me, if you've comforted me, if you've kicked my ass, thank you for sticking with me and for holding my hand through this entire load of bullshit. So, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna try to keep you guys updated when I'm on this trip. Maybe I'll do a vlog there. We'll see. But you can go ahead and follow me or add me on Snapchat, Twisty_Chris. I also have Kik. My username is TwistyChris. And yeah, I think I might record like another video today of like actual gameplay. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, but we'll see. So thank you guys so much for sticking through this really long video. I apologize for yet another long vlog. My vlogs tend to be longer because I don't vlog very often, so I feel like there's just a lot of stuff that I need to talk about. So if you watch this whole thing, thank you. I appreciate you. You're awesome. And yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome day. I'm going to try to stay in this mood as long as I can. I'm going to reel this in and hold it in and try not to let it go. So yeah, thank you guys. You're all amazing. Don't ever doubt the fact that you're amazing, because you really are. I love you guys. Stay frosty. Bye.